Good evening. With the multitude of thoughts I have, I just want to let and inform you that with all these blunders I've just made, I'm going to have to stop this video. But before I just complete the end of this video, I'd like to tell you that in the forecast, okay, the weather is always involved, whether or not. What I'd like to say now is talk about the bottle of sake, in which in French it says, who is it? It also says, which key? At the same time it says seven, because seven is set in French. And seki is like saying seven key or 7T inside a sake out of Japan. At the same time, the letters CL and E, when this word would be reversed or two words would come together, use it as Cleveland if you like, CLE, but it's for clay in French as to the key. When you invert it, it goes this way. It's the Hebrew Aleph. When you flip it around, it's the English K. The top hat on the eye, let's draw the top hat on the eye. First we draw the center. Now we draw the top hat. Then we draw the bottom legs. Let's try to do these legs again. The legs again. Then we draw the eyes. And we want to know, who is I? Who is I wearing the top hat? Another thing I want to jump on, just so you just can see where I go, it says 100,000. In French it means 100,000. It also says without a mile. It also says without an island, or without the love of an island, because the letter M, as in sound in French, says love. It also can say 1 mile that you walk is how many feet. If a mile is 3,000 feet, that would automatically be 1,500 people that grew up with 2 feet. At the same time, if it was an animal that was running, and it was 4,000 feet, it'd be 1,000 animals. 0, 0, 0, and 1,000 is actually created as 0, 0, 0, and 1,000. 3 different levels. But this is what we're going to do right now. We're going to make one circle, and next to it we're going to make another circle. Circle, circle. And at the same time, in the third circle, I'm going to make it with the colored pencil. I'm going to circle it like this. So now I have the oval to 2 circles. The 2 eyes connecting U in position 5 and U in position 5 to be the in-between X. Do you see the X? X1, X9, X plus 1, 11. At the same time, we have an above V and a below V, that when we connect the eyes and the V comes together as an E, when you split the 2 C's and put a line between it, now becomes E and E. When you split that, you get a V for life. The V letter in Roman numerals is 4, 5, 6. When you split up 4 and 6, 10, and you split up 1 and 9, 10, and you split up 3 and 7, 10. 3 and 7 Nibiru, okay, is actually the wings of Aleph. It is the wings of Aleph because when you design the Aleph letter comes together in one string, in one piece, 1, 5, and 9, or 4, 5, and 6, which says Federation and also says Zion, Israel, when they bring Lo Shu into this. When you connect 3 and 7, 3 and 7 in Lo Shu is connected where 4 and 6 is, and it connects us to the moon. At the same time, I ate chicken today. Does anybody see the Z inside the wing, or the N inside the wing? N and Z, New Zealand, coming out of the chicken? This is the bone actually, I don't know what bone this is, but this is your wing together. Oh yeah, this is the controller from over here to control your bone. See what I'm saying? At the same time, 3 and 7 says left wing or right wing. Now, if I go left wing, I'm hoping this video can conceive itself. If I go left wing or right wing, 5, 5, and 5. 5 here, 5 here, 5 here. In the center of 5, 5, and 5. Between this 5 and this 5 and this 5 and this 5. This one and this one, well, that's your Nibiru wing. This one and this one is your Lo Shu wing. They're controlling the east and the west. We're not going to count about any of the other letters other than what we want to do is left and right. The initials alone, the L letter, okay, is the 12th letter, A and B. In French, L says wing, the wings of Nibiru. In French, L says her, and we call this Gaia, her planet. So we connect Nibiru, and they rehashed it out by putting Nibiru out there with Gaia, this planet, and the planet's sun and the planet's moon. We all know the moon is dark when it's not light. The other numbers for left is 145 and 12, 23, 41. 41 is USA. It's also the AD. How can I connect AD? 1 and 4 and 2 and 3. 2 and 3 is in between. 1 and 4 is on the outside and trapped by 1 and 4. But that's on one side, because the other side of 1 and 4, okay, would actually be 6 and 9. Would be the same thing. One would be upper. It's just like turning over the paper. 41 times the 3 parts of 555, 625 times 41, are going around from go to go in Monopoly, actually get you 25,625 in Mayan calendar. Right is 18 for the letter R, left for the letter 12, R equals 9, L equals 3. We come back to where we connect the wings at 3 and 9, the butterfly wings. Right is 18 and 9 is 27. When we mix it up and make them a little bit bigger, if I get this right like Messer does, R and I in the same family reverse each other at 3663, automatically counting for Jupiter. Inside of R, we now have the moon, we have the gateway, and we have the queen with the T at the end. In both ways, we have the T. 62, the letter T. It also stands for the queen and the cat in the hat. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 6 and 8. 8 times 6, 8 plus 6 is 48, and 14, 62. Or 26, which is the letter Z. The letter Z, 2 times 6, 2 plus 6 is 12, and 8 equals 20, and we are back to the letter T again. Inside right is 27, 34, 42, 62, 28, 35, 44, 54, 62. Again, right stands for the cross, and left stands for 41, which is the AD, which is the DNA. The DNA comes from the left, man's on the cross on the right. Rhode Island, if you want. If you want to know what this is what it looks like underneath the paw of my cat, and the Oakland Raiders. Have you ever seen South Africa design? If you actually look at the South Africa design, there's actually 2 sevens that come out in design inside these C's. I cannot show you anymore. We're going to leave it at this. Why do ducks fly south? I don't know. We must go to New Zealand and ask them. Why does the stork bring the child? Because S and T come together, and we all know S and T is a combination of 3 and 9 equals 12, 1 and 2 equals 3. And where does T comes from? It comes from the Z, which is a combination of crisscrossing over by drawing the Z and N over each other, showing us the hourglass of time, and where it comes from inside the initials, which bring me out to New Zealand. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. Hopefully I can remember in the next video. I want to show you how the Y, maybe I'm going to show you in this video. I'm going to show you in this video, okay, what happens to the Y, okay. When you draw a line here, from this point to this point, it goes right to the point. From this point to this point, it goes to the point. Now, if I draw a line from here to here, my point will end over here. It will not end here. It must end before, automatically splitting the point and creating a corner. Every corner stands for 3, 2 sides, one here, one above, and one below. Climbing Jacob's ladder, however you want. Y and Y will stand for 25 and 27, 72 and 52, 124. And again, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. All has to do with the cat wearing the top hat, and it's all about that top hat and what's inside. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. Inside the word wing, I didn't do this yet. Wing is 3246, 53. Wind says I own 2 parts, electric, inside the 3 and inside the 5. 53, okay, 53 or 531 will say the ace. So the wing is part of the ace, whatever makes the wings work. And it stands inside the left wing, and the numbers inside the left wing stand for the area code of Montreal. Montreal stands for Quebec, stands for the water and hydro. So one of the wings is here in Quebec. It's hydro and it's water. We must remember, in order to run these computer systems, we must cool them down. Thank you. Without the cold, everything melts. Have you ever rebuilt this earth before? Does anybody know the reality? And if they do, because we existed before and we will exist again and forever and so on until the day we can no longer say the truth. The last thing I wanted to say about blackjack, if man was 10, and in blackjack they create the ace as 11 because jack, queen, king, 10 are all 10s, but the ace becomes 11, so man comes in at all 10, but he's thrown an 11 at the ace, he becomes 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 man equals to 21, and man gets the 1 cube all in one house. Thank you.